we're going to be working on today are these pair of old pliers. They're rusted shut, so I want to try and get all the rust off and get them to work again so I can save them. So this is the setup I'm going to use. I have this rebar and wooden frame arrangement. I have a tub filled with the electrolyte and also the battery charger. So this is the electrolyte that goes in there. You just mix it with water. It's the Arm & Hammer Super Washing Soda. You can get that in the laundry aisle of pretty much any grocery store. I think I have about 15 to 18 gallons in that tub, and I probably used about a cup, maybe 2 cups of this stuff, so it's not very much. So I still have pretty much a full box left. So I'm going to start by scraping off the rust and any of the dirt that's left on this rebar arrangement. So you see what I did there is I created pretty much a 360-degree arrangement of the rebar, so that whenever I put a piece in there to be derusted, it works a lot faster. If you just had one of those bars or 2 of those bars, you might have to flip the piece around to be able to get all the rust off. So next thing I'm going to do is place it into the tub, and then I'm going to clean off a spot on the pliers, and then go ahead and put them in and start the process. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how this is hooked up. I've got basically a piece of wood. I've labeled it that this gets the negative connection right there, and this is going to go across the top here. So I've got a hook, and then I've wrapped a chain around there to get good metal-to-metal contact as much as possible. And then this is what I'm going to be attaching the pliers to. So first I'm going to take the top off. Now what I need to do is get a good metal-to-metal contact on the pliers. So what I plan on doing is re-dipping these pliers in some Plasti-Dip when I'm done. So I'm just going to strip off these handles. I'm just going to try and get a good clean spot. Attach my clamp to. Okay, so that's pretty clean. So now I'll go ahead and hook this up, and I'm going to hook it up to the side that I cleaned up. I'm just going to use a clamp to attach it with. So you want to make sure it's sturdy and it's not going to come off during the process. So that's pretty good. So I'll just go ahead and drop it in there. So now I'm going to place the anodes in there. So I just built the frame, make sure that it got nice and close to the sides. I put a little bit of this stuff on some string on the top to keep the anodes from going in too much at the bottom, so this kind of keeps them spread. And then I just used ground straps, or ground, I don't know what you call these, ground clamps, and then ran some wire between them. So now I'm going to attach the electrodes. And the negative goes to the center. What you want to make sure is that your piece is not touching any of these. Oh, it just dropped. Negative on, and then we'll just put the positive on to one of these, and then that will distribute throughout all the rest of it, nice and evenly. Hey, just wanted to give you an update. I'm not 100% sure this is working. Normally you'll see some bubbles in there at this point. It's been going for probably a good 20 minutes or so. I've tried the positive in a different position than I started with. And I started with it on this one. So I moved it to there to see if anything would happen. But so far, no bubbles to indicate that it's actually working. So I may have not cleaned up the handle well enough where I put the chain, where I connected the chain to it. So I'm not totally sure this is going to work, but I'll give it a try. Okay, so it's been about 3.5 hours. I'm going to take this thing out now and see how it looks. First I'm going to turn off the charger. I'll disconnect the positive, disconnect the negative. I still never really saw any bubbles out of this thing. So I may be doing this all over again. Well, actually it looks okay. Still can't get it open. But yeah, I don't think it was making a good contact there. So I think I'm going to try a different spot. Not a whole lot's come off, maybe a little bit, but it is still locked tight. I can't open that. So let's try it again, see maybe we'll get some bubbles. I don't think I had good metal-to-metal contact on there. Alright, I think I have a better connection this time, if you can see right around the chain there. We do have some bubbles, and that's more like what I would expect to see. This is the hydrogen gas being released, so this is why you don't want any sparks right around this area. Okay, better contact now. So here it is about 20 minutes later. You can see even more. I think it's really working now. Alright, so I think it might be done. So I turned off the battery charger. We'll disconnect the positive, the negative. Now let's see how it did. Alright, look at that. It opened a little bit. Let's see. It's all freed up now. That's nice. I'm just going to take a wire brush, take off any loose stuff. So there we go. Looks pretty good. They're all nice and freed up. Takes no effort to open them now.